Hey, what's up guys, it's Juno Beats. In this video, we're going to deconstruct how Me or Something by Nardo Wick, Future, and Lil Baby was made in FL Studio. Alright, so credit where it is due. This was made by two producers, one Develop and the other one is Zen. Made a ton of beats, like Develop's made a lot of stuff for Lil Wayne, Rap God, and Zen's made a ton too, like made a bunch of beats for X, Suicidal for Y&W. Alright, so on to the beat. We have two parts of the beat, obviously. First part is a lot slower at 120 BPM, and then you transition into this next part, which is 160. Here we go again, just a little preview. Okay, and just real quick, just to orient yourselves, we're going to break down the instruments: a Spanish guitar or a flamenco, a serum pad, piano keys and a harp, a flute, a melody sample, some bells coming in, and for the drums you have a clap, snare, open hat, hi-hat, another hi-hat, and an 808. So to kick things off, the first instrument that plays over and over in the part of the beat, you have Purity, the piano preset, as well as the VSCO2 chamber orchestra plugin, the harp preset. Cool, and just something to note, in the very first part of the beat, it is half timed. All right, so moving on, next you have a pad that's in Serum. For effects, I just played with the frequencies a lot, but the main one I'd say is just RC20. Okay, so next we have a flute coming in using the VSCO2, again, the flute preset. And if you listen to the actual song, you can hear like a slight vinyl cut type effect to it. So I just added one in gross beat. That's why I bounced it out as a WAV file, because it's only going to affect this one and this one. Anyway, all your melodies together. Now, so onto the drums, dude. These are super wavy, man. I love these drums. So in this section, we have a clap. We have an open hat coming in. All right, so I used two hi-hats. I layered one, which is the big white hi-hat 6. This one was a two-step pattern. But then I layered that with another hi-hat. For this one, I used the Cymatics Out Here hi-hat. And this is the crazy MIDI, dude. Like, all right, here we go. Crazy, man, just crazy. And lastly, for this 808, we are using the Spins 808, and this is the exact 808 that I was using in the song. I think you all knew that. And before I play this pattern, I just want to say, I know 808 patterns are important. You guys have called me out for it in the past that I have carelessly just didn't quadruple check the notes were right and everything. But for this one I did. Very positive these are the right notes, and I can even prove it after this, but here's the pattern first. I bounced out one pattern that I intentionally put a very obvious wrong note in there. If you were to match that up with the original waveforms, like you can tell. So this is this is a correct note right here. But here, this is an obvious mistake. Like, look at how these waves do not match. However, I bounced out the correct 808 file. Dude, like, look how nice everything matches up. Like, these are the correct notes, because different notes on the 808, whatever, they produce different frequencies. All these waveforms line up. That's why I'm pretty confident this 808 pattern is the exact one. So with that rant out of the way, here's all the drums together. In this last section of Future's verse before the transition, we have one snare coming in. So in this section, you have one more melody coming in, the flute is out, and now you have a Spanish guitar coming in. And all together. All right, now onto the cool part, man. This took forever for me to figure out. So here we go. We're back to halftime. I'm not sure why mine's all crackly. Okay, so for the remainder of the beat, the only thing that changed drum-wise from the beginning, like the clap, snare, hi-hats are all the same, but the 808 pattern changes a bit. So for this melody noise that comes in, I think what the producers did was during this transition effect, you heard that like rise sound as like the time was stretching out the sound. I think they literally sampled that part of the transition, maybe added one or two other things. So I tried to do that with mine, like remove all the grain and just played with a bunch of effects. Dude, this part took forever. So this is not exact, but I think this gives you a decent idea. And with the drums. And lastly, in this second part of the beat, you have a bell coming in. For this, we're just using Purity. With the drums. And the last thing to note is that sometimes that sample from the rise effect will cut out and you will just have the bells. All right, guys, I think that does it for this Deconstructed. Thank you all so much for watching all the way till the end. Hope you liked this. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, please consider liking and subbing like always, trying to grow the channel. And until then, I will catch you all in the next video.